Can you hear me? Hear me? Oh, shoot. Can't hear you.
Hello, guys. How are you doing today? So, it seems that Kate's approval of documents behind the scenes and reports of sightings has led to global mockery of the royal family once again. But what has this got to do with Harry and Meghan? That's why I am here. Let's break it down in this live stream. But before we do that, let me say hello to everyone. Hello, everybody. How is everyone doing? Welcome to Isabella Banks' YouTube channel, where we discuss all things Harry, Meghan, Nigerian, and UK stories. If you're new here, I'm Wheezy, and it's great to meet you virtually. Guys, we also have Sussex Lord on board with us today as my co host. Say hello, Sussex Love.
Hello, fam. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Uh,
Hello, fam.
hello. Let's say hello to the people in the chat. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Annie. Hi, Ernie Cool. Hi, Lady Rose. So good to see you. Hello, C. Hi. Hello, Greenix. So, guys, as per usual, we're discussing the latest events in the wacky world of the toxic British media, the British royal family, and how their shenanigans affects Harry and Meghan. So after the wave of reports stating that Kate was working diligently behind the scenes and after being rightfully mocked for those claims, we now have new reports of Kate's intentions of joining the family on the palace balcony at Tripping the Colour. Quite frankly, I just think this is so very insulting to the British public. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section what you think of this. Maybe I'm the one who just overreacting, okay? To me, it's just an indication of how much Murdoch and the British royal family have the British public in a chokehold. Of course, all of this mockery has led to people on social media saying that this proposed sighting on the palace balcony is getting ready to be the darkest, most unclear photograph you can ever get in this lifetime. But honestly, this leads to the question of why would they want to take the risk of the potential public backlash? And I can just imagine the way it stands at the moment, they will probably put her behind a curtain, right? And point to the curtain and say, Kate is standing behind the curtain.
Oh, for the love of God.
It seems like they are so very sure that there will be no public backlash to any of the foolishness that they are currently engaged in. And that just tells me that they've been doing this for ages, right? Sussex Love, that they've been doing this for ages. And they've now gotten very confident that when they pull stunts like this, no one is going to do anything about it. And I'm
But
sure,
they're
like,
also,
yeah, go on.
the men in suits, they're all so old. They're all still running the same Diana playbook. It worked for them once. It's all they have, though.
Right. They're going at this point, they're so, to me, it's just like rude. They're just rude because I think this is William even trying to make an effort. I think this time around, I don't know whether, in Nigeria we call it jazz, when they just throw some voodoo over the crowd and just what's the hypnotize people into saying and doing whatever it is that they want. Like, can you imagine them talking about someone who is supposed to be a public figure, like Kate? I mean, yeah, okay, she doesn't have any. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. She does have some public roles. She is whatever it is of the army, colonel in chief or something, the
Oh, for
CNC of
God's
the army.
okay.
But like, it's almost like surely you do realize that you have some responsibility to be accountable to the public because you are spending public money, for goodness sake, for these roles that you're supposedly carrying out. So how come you were telling us uh Kate is in the moon? Kate is we've just seen her at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. Kate has been seen in Israel. Like, it's gotten so ridiculous now. And then you have
Kate,
people like Arthur Edwards saying Princess Kate is the biggest star of them all. She's an incredible woman and no one else compares. Yeah, you would say that. You would say that. Of course you would say that.
you know that sounds strangely like a eulogy.
You
Oh,
know,
sorry.
no, yeah. Yeah, as you say that, then I realize exactly what the thought was running behind my brain, but I didn't necessarily want to focus too much on it because it just seemed. But
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
absolutely right. I no, you're absolutely right. It does sound like a eulogy, like you're talking about somebody who has passed. Kate is the biggest star of them all, and
Yeah,
she's an
because they were never so
incredible.
kind to her before, and William would have
Right,
stood for them, saying that she was the most wonderful. So,
right. Anyway, so that serves as a foray into the foolishness that is about to play out. And it just seems funny to me that they're calling Kate this big star, and yet no one wants to see her. And someone like Arthur Edwards would necessarily say that Kate is a star. After all, she's a mute woman, right? Those are the kind of women that people his age would appreciate. Just be mute and
that's
open up when I tell you. That's it.
look pretty. Your pretty dress. Look pretty.
Yes. Look pretty, be mute, and open up when I tell you. That's it. That's all they want from a woman. The misogyny is off the scales. Uh, anyway, this kind of behavior from Arthur Edwards led Sage on Twitter to say, if she's the biggest star, why doesn't someone seem to care where she is or what she's doing? She's been in the royal family for almost 15 years and has barely completed one project to show for it. She's been working on early years for 10 goddamn years. Like, really,
Mm.
how long does it take? And wherever she goes anywhere, she doesn't know anything. She tells them that she's learning. Like, at what point do you graduate from learning?
But she can't do public speaking. Diana, when she started, God bless her, she always had the personality and the intellect, but she didn't really know how to public speak. She recognized that, and she got a speech tutor, and she showed that she was brilliant at it. But Kate hasn't even bothered to get a tutor. I mean, it's like, does she care? Does she realize that she really should be speaking? Queen spoiled them all because she did all that work and they didn't do anything except for Harry, her and
Right.
Harry, and Anne. I'm sorry, excuse me.
No. Go ahead. I'm listening.
No, that's it. Just Anne and the Queen and Harry was
Mm,
doing all the work. Charles was doing,
yes,
whatever. But
absolutely.
that's it.
Well,
And
him
William
stepping
and Kate
away,
did nothing.
is what actually revealed that to everyone that he was the one doing all the work. And he was probably saying that to them before he stepped away. And they kept gaslighting him to thinking that he was just complaining. After all, William would say, well, what are you talking about? You're not the one doing all the work. I also go skiing to Aspen.
With the UK press.
Yes. I go on holiday and I dance with women who are not my wife. So
With the UK press.
so what's the big deal? Anyway, if there is one thing the royal family will do, it will be to double down. Doubling down, they tell us that Kate has been inundated with thousands of get well soon cards. So surely, even though we can't see evidence of this deluge of get well cards they claim Kate has received, we are supposed to understand that this popular princess is in recovery. I say, all right, okay about recovery, but popular? Who are we talking about here? Kate? Kate's popular? Really?
Wow. Hmm. Kate, no personality.
Yeah, Kate,
No
no
personality, Kate.
personality. Lady Rose says, well, let me see, get that. She says, Kate Missington McMumbles ain't gonna learn to speak. Actually, when you were saying that, a thought crossed my mind, which I forgot entirely. And I said, I was thinking to myself, even when I started this YouTube channel, like the old days would tell you, I think Cookies and Cream, Lydia Washington, like all the people who used to watch me in my, let me say, first 10 videos, it would tell you, like, I would literally stutter over my words. And even though now
Mm.
I still make an effort to script out my videos to ensure that I know exactly what I want to say, there's just some kind of
Hmm.
gas that gets released into the brain. And then I get excited about what I'm talking about. And then I forget exactly everything that I was talking about. But I am miles away from where I was. And this was just like within the space of about a year. Yeah. So if you're talking
Right,
about
right.
growth, even if you're not a good speaker, if you've been doing it consistently, like over time, and you really care about what you're doing, surely you would get better. She hasn't managed to get better over time. This is the mystery to me. Like, how is it
But she's
that
not
you
trying.
she's
No,
not
she's
even
not trying. She didn't get.
trying?
She didn't get a coach like Princess Diana. She didn't get a coach. No, she didn't try
No.
to do anything about it. The queen named her Duchess of Doolittle because she was
Duchess
lazy
Tulu.
and she never had a job before. That's what she named her, Duchess of Doolittle, because she was lazy and she didn't want to do anything.
Right. So
She
this
never
is,
had a job before.
and if I recall correctly, Arthur Edwards, who is saying that Kate was popular, right? Hello.
Hmm.
There was just one bunch of flowers outside the hospital where Kate was supposed to have said to have had her operation. Nobody can
That
even
was
decide
so
what this
sad.
illness
That
is.
was
This is the thing that gets
so
me. How is it that in
sad.
this
That was
age,
so sad.
with all the technology that we have, with all the machines that we have, we're still not able to be precise about what exactly is wrong with Kate. Like, I don't understand it. At least we know what's wrong with Charles. Even his own story does not let
Do
him.
we? Do we? I'm sorry.
Woo!
I didn't mean to be silly. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, 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 but it's perfect.
I am so tired.
It's perfect because it actually falls into the next thoughts that was forming in my mind, which was he says he has cancer, and I know, but it doesn't show. A lot of people who medical professionals, they've sent me emails, they sent me text messages, or sorry, comments in my comment section. They say he looks like someone who has more of a heart problem than a cancer problem. So it just looks like it was a sympathy play, just as Dolores Sims says. I really think that this was a PR stunt that backfired. The error they made was when they both dropped illness of cancer. Me and you
That's the
both.
most. It gets the most sympathy. The most.
Yeah,
It
they get
shut
the
down
most
all the
sympathy. Yeah.
questions about where Kate was. Remember, They wanted to shut that down, the questions about where Kate was.
Yeah.
But I think Charles just couldn't let Kate and William have the spotlight, so he had cancer too. Because he
Yeah.
had the prostate surgery. Prostate
Hmm.
surgery. I thought he had circulation or heart problems because he always had the swollen hands and the
This
swollen
one in
feet
hands.
and features. And so I don't know what is going on with them, but I don't know where they think this is going to end. They've got a producer.
At a certain stage, they're just going to have to do it. But the thing is that there's so many conflicting stories, so many wild theories. It's almost impossible to determine what is actually the truth. And I say, if Kate is so popular and is working behind the scenes, approving reports and receiving flowers, why is there a report? And it's not just a report from one account on social media. Why is it so widespread that a body connected to the royal family was taken to a morgue? Why do we have that floating around somewhere? Why do we have this lady in Spain who seemingly credibly reports that Kate is receiving treatment for cancer? What do you think
They
about
have
the
serious.
conflicting stories? Because the thing is that the stories are conflicting.
Well, when you're lying, I mean, you've got so many lies out there. It's hard to keep up with them all, and then it just life of its own. I mean, they've made her into their own personal Bigfoot. People looking for sightings for her, like they would Bigfoot. All the pictures of her are blurry, like for Bigfoot. I mean, you said, what did you say they were? You said it was something like the of some of the opera. What did you say she was?
The Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, she's Phantom of Britain. I mean, because this this is crazy.
It's so
Maybe it's just me, but
ridiculous.
this
It's
seems crazy
insulting.
to me. I mean, just how you just gonna make somebody disappear and just say, "Oh, nobody will notice"? If she was a regular person, somebody would have
Mhm.
called the police and demanded a safety and
Right.
wellness check. But I guess can't nobody call for her because she's. I mean, because she's with
Supposed
her
to be
mother.
a
Can't
member
they go
of
to
the
her
royal
mother's house?
family. Anyway, before
Okay,
we
I'm sorry.
continue, if you're new here, please subscribe to this channel. If you visited my channel before without subscribing, please go ahead to subscribe. Make this the day you make the decision to commit to this channel. We're not dating now, we're in a relationship. So subscribe.
It's long term now,
It's long term now.
huh? You're so silly.
We are aiming for 4,000 subscribers. We almost made it there though. So I think I should increase the goal actually for
to,
June. We
to five
almost
thousand.
made it for, yeah, to 5,000. Yes, we almost made it to 4,000 in May.
That's a lot.
We
You're doing good. You're doing good.
we almost
The
did. Thank
family is
you.
growing.
The
The
family
family is
is
growing.
growing. And what I love about it is that people who come here, they just love the vibe. I've just seen a comment here, and it's something that I see all the time. Or I hear all the time from people that say, "Oh, I just love it here. The vibe is so nice. The ladies are so nice and everything." So mostly, uh, the community is one that, yeah, needs to keep on growing so that we can continue the good work of shading all and sundry. We're equal opportunity shaders here, but I don't shade really. If I have something to say, I will definitely tell you straight up. So you know, no
I don't
confusion
think the Nigerians
whatsoever.
have gotten the concept of shade. I don't think y'all get the concept of shade.
Really? Okay, tell me.
I don't think Nigerians get the concept of shade. You're just
No.
very direct people. Y'all are just direct. I'll just say what it is, and this is a fact to say. This is what you do. You just present the fact. So I don't think y'all get the shade at all.
No, the thing
It's
is
much
that
too indirect for y'all.
They will be like, why do I need to go round and round when I can just tell you straight? Like, you're bent.
And I need to go around the corner. I can just go straight. There it is right there. I'll just go straight.
They're always there. They even have a song about this situation that we're talking about. They said, don't go round the corners.
Mhm.
Talk to me direct. Talk to me direct." It's so bad, or rather, it was that bad that when I first came to the UK, if you're shading me, I don't even know because
Sometimes it's
I'm used to people talking to me directly. So if you're trying to insult me indirectly and you're expecting me to catch the cues in the your wording, I'm not even hearing it. It's taken a long time of being in the UK for me to recognize that sometimes, especially these white people, when they're talking to you, especially British people, they're very, very excellent at that. They talk to you, they might be speaking normal, regular, conversational English with you, but they do it in such a way and they slant it in such a way that it becomes shady if you're not paying full attention. But I know,
brilliant.
yeah,
People are brilliant at gaslighting.
yeah, yeah.
I think they
Uh,
invented gaslighting, the British people, because they are really
I don't know where
gaslighting.
they learned it from. I don't know where they learned this their demonic behavior
I think
from.
they
But
invented it. I think they invented gaslighting.
it's even like till today. Yeah, I really still have to sometimes pause and just think about what is being said to me before I react, because there's always a case of when you're speaking to them, you literally have to read between the lines to be able to understand the real meaning of what they're saying. Most of the time, it's never what they've actually said, it's what's three levels below
Actually, mean.
what they mean. So you need to be paying
Yeah.
very intense attention to what they're saying. Anyway, so because we've got
Yeah, because
three
like in
videos.
America, racism is overt, but in England, it's hidden racism. They're
Yeah.
very, like you say, between the lines, or
Mm,
there is very, you know, distilled. It's not
mm,
overt, but you could see it in the way they
mhm,
treat you, but they don't
mm,
say it openly. You know,
mm. Like the UK here, they are excellent. They are experts at the uh, racism. They are expert. They may know how to be racist to you in your face, but make it look as if they're not doing anything at all. So I have a PhD in being able to combat that now. Like as you are lobbing it, let's say, assume that we're playing table tennis. As you're lobbing it over the net, I am sending it right back to you. And I realize it's not even what you're saying, but it's about your face, your tone. You could be saying the most awful thing, and but you just keep yourself calm and like you're talking about the flowers and you're good. So I do exactly the same back to them. But not to stray too far off the point. Let me just continue with this one. So continuing on from which we were talking about Arthur Edwards trying to tell us that Kate was popular, even though she only got one bunch of flowers from her stay in the hospital, right? And we begin to see these stories popping up in the media anytime the "Where is Kate" hashtag becomes popular. And then we begin to see like the ones that I'm about to share with you now. Okay, like this one. I'm sure you guys saw this last week. Kate Middleton and Prince William seen in new photo after surprise B&B stay last year. Well, at least this was last year. This was around, I think, August or something. Did they say? Uh, let me look at it properly. August. Was okay, it was April 28th, 2023. At least we know that she was definitely seen in December. So that's good. But the question is, Why are you writing about an article about Kate being seen last year? Like, what is that about? You see, that came up when the Where is Kate hashtag started to trend on Twitter again. And then we have this lovely meme. I cracked up so bad when I saw this. It was Kate Middleton spotted. Kate seen advising Bigfoot not to complain and never explain. Uh, and then Kate spotted in New York with Pete Davidson for that matter. They said Kate spotted in New York looking tired but
Pete Davidson.
satisfied. We even got to see her with the industry plant, Pete Davis. Goodness me. And this one, they even put her next to Donald Trump. Honestly, like even the air doesn't want to be seen next to Donald Trump right now. And I do apologize to all the Donald Trump supporters who are part of my audience. I know that this is a very rough time for you guys, but please just allow us 3 seconds of.
Donald Trump.
Do you know how many emails I
I
got
don't
for
think
the
there's any
meme
Donald
about
Trump supporters.
I am so sorry. I'm trying to be very politically correct, but you have to admit, even you have to admit
Or
that
were
these are
people
very unusual times.
memes about Donald Trump?
Pardon? What did you say?
I said any Donald Trump supporters are probably. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, go on.
The Donald Trump supporters, the derangers,
Yeah.
the Trump supporters. You sure they weren't the derangers?
Mm. The
You
Donald
said
Trump
you have Donald
supporters.
Trump supporters that watch you.
Yes.
What you said?
Yes. Yes.
I said they're probably the derangers. That's
Oh,
probably the
you think?
derangers.
You think I had a lady send me a very
Yeah,
nice
I do.
email? And um, she said, you were saying something in your video, but you said something negative about Donald Trump. And I had to skip past that part. And I thought to myself, I first of all, I am mind blown because this is a concept that I had not considered before, which is that it is possible
Yeah,
to
she's a
be.
spy. She's a spy. She's a
You think?
deranger. Yes,
I said,
because what would
eh,
she have in common with your channel? Progressive, forward thinking, kind, nice vibe, and supportive. Those two things don't go together.
well, this is what I thought, but she said she is, and who am I to judge? So I said,
Ah,
oh,
well,
do you know
okay.
what?
She put a
I said,
donation. She
you
put
know
a
what?
membership. Yeah, accept it.
Yeah.
But I put a little. Can you put a little check marks back? Our suspects. I'm sorry. Hi, Lady Rose.
uh, let me see. Uh, Lorna Williams says a bunch of Chinese investors built a hotel in Jamaica and would only allow Chinese and white guests. Jamaica's burnt it down last week. We are direct, man.
There it is.
No
There.
shade.
See,
I love it.
Jamaica. How you gonna build something in my country and tell my people we can't come to the burn it
Imagine
down?
that.
We are just tired. You know what I'm
And I think the same thing happened in Nigeria. There was a man who had a business, and I think it's something like he wouldn't employ Nigerians in his
He wouldn't let
business, but
black
the
people
Nigerians.
shop in there. He didn't like black people to shop in there.
Oh, you
So they
saw the
put up that
story,
bid. I
did
saw
you?
that people. Yes,
Right.
putting a
And
lock on it.
they, yes, they close the business down as well. They are direct. Yeah,
That was
yes.
way
No
too
time,
long
no
overdue.
time to wait, make time. Yes, very direct. No time at all. Anyway,
Long overdue. However long they were open. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
there's so you guys, you get the picture. As Sussex soldiers said on Twitter, every time they see that "where is Kate" hashtag beginning to trend, they begin to pull this kind of BS, claiming Kate sightings. She might as well be the Phantom of the UK, like, the Phantom of the Opera.
This Londa's right though. Every time they see something about where's Kate, the
Mm,
distractions.
hmm Uh, it's so obvious that even their own supporters don't believe them anymore. This is a well known deranger on Twitter, and she said, "I don't think it's either one of them, but that's just me." It's amazing to me that they're still trying to claim that this is Kate, though. And they're still trying to harass Christopher Boozy because he tells them to their face, like, no shade, direct.
What's
This is
happening
not
with him?
Kate.
Is he still doing okay? Because I know that are they still coming at him like that, or is he doing okay?
Now they're still coming at
Christopher
him.
Boozy.
Yes, and he has got time. He has got so much time. He chops them up into uh I was going to say suya, but it's suya is jerk jerk meat, like jerk meat, like chilied,
Oh, okay.
saturated jerk meat. He
Well,
chops them up.
sushi, like sushi.
No, like the jerk beef. Yes, jerk beef is what I was trying to say.
Oh, I know
The
what you're talking about. I know what you're
beef
talking about.
jerky.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah. I
yes.
got
So,
what you're talking about. Yeah.
but this one, the Nigerian version, has so much chili on it, and the mixture of the concussion that they put on the meat. It's like, when you put breadcrumbs on chicken. So they will put the
Right.
chili and groundnut paste and seasoning, and it's so loaded with this concoction that, yeah, most times people who
Okay.
want to go out and hang out in the evening, that's what they order, that and salad. So when I just started working as
I'm
a young
sorry.
baby,
I just ha- I just happened
yeah,
to see Joseph Berner, if that's Berno. He said I saw Kate out walking with Bigfoot.
you where is that in the comments?
Sorry. Yes, it's Joseph Berno.
Oh, I saw
I thought
Kate
that
out
was
walking
funny.
with Bigfoot. I think we have the picture.
It's blurry.
Mm.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
dear. And so much so that the LA Times had to say another Kate Middleton sighting on edited pictures, or it didn't happen. Do you know what? On this one, I think the story is clear. I don't even need to go into the body of the article to determine exactly what they're talking about. So they have said it all. Another Kate Middleton sighting, unedited pictures in full daylight, or it's not real. Do you know the funniest
Mm-hmm.
thing? When the
She
LA,
has to hold
when
up a paper with today's date on it.
with today's date on it, Ah, when
Yes,
the people in UK saw
like a
that,
hostage.
when the people in the UK saw that the LA Times had written that article, they sent out their own like media person. Yeah, I will fully believe that Dan Wooten is still on William's payroll. So he sent out this tweet. The ghoulish hounding of cancer-stricken Catherine, the Princess of Wales, is
Mm.
grotesque when she is desperate for time to recover and not be photographed. Harry and Meghan must call off their attack dogs my new color. To which a squaddy says Dan, the man who continues to hound Meghan daily. When is the royal family going to call off the hounding of Meghan, starting with you? Piers, who hangs out with Camilla and the entire British media. I guess at least Kate has the British media in her corner. Hypocrite. That's direct, no shade.
Uh-oh, they've gone crazy. They said, was Kate good or the Loch Ness monster?
But what does this all mean? I think, to me, I just think if we're following the theory of Dolores Sims, I think these are like placeholder stories to keep Kate's name in the news cycle until they're able to resolve all the issues, whether it is a divorce negotiation or whatever it is, until she's able to come back anyway. But the thing is, how long do we think that they will continue to get away with it for, though? Is my other question. And Kate, who should be worried
No, she
about
don't
her health.
understand.
Yeah, go on.
I'm sorry, I'm just saying Dolores wanted to know. She asked a question. She wanted to know why the people in the UK were so silent about Kate if she's supposed to be the most popular.
Right.
I guess she was asking you that because you're in the UK.
Yeah. I can't understand why the people in the UK are silent about Kate. I thought Kate was loved in the UK. You and me both, love. You and me both. I thought she was also a public figure, which meant that she's accountable to the public. But the thing is, they have set the royal family on a pedestal that seems to mean that they can't be asked any question, and they are determined, especially with the government in place at the moment, to enforce principles and behaviors which would make them comparable to dictators almost, I think. So
Mm.
that is where they are. Instead of Kate to be worried about her own health, she's busy worried about um, royal backstabbing during her hiatus, saying that she won't tolerate Beatrice and Eugenie standing in for her while she is ill because they are close to Harry and Meghan. And it's just the same old chestnut story. It's just like a filler story that they have from time to time, which of course I'm willing to bet anything this wouldn't have even come from Kate. I'm almost very certain that this wouldn't have come from William because he has already given this instruction 1,000 times. So it's just something that they have in their content calendar to say on Thursday by 3 o'clock, this is the article that we're going to put out. So at the moment,
Now,
Harry and
Teresa, look at Teresa. Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, go on.
I'm just gonna say, look at Teresa. She threw some shade.
He says Kate is loved until William's new love comes into focus. I think what's happened is that they've tried to launch the new love, but it didn't work. And as a matter of fact, every time they try to launch the new love, it then now generates interest in Kate's whereabouts. And that's why they started flinging all these um, random Kate stories into the news cycle because that's not a tactic they were using before.
I'm
That's not a
sorry,
tactic.
Camilla. Camilla, I just have to say this.
Yeah,
Camilla
but
has got. She is. I, look, whatever you think about Camilla, you have to give her credit. She hung in there. She didn't die before she reached her as old as dirt, but she made it. And I can't believe that she had the nerve to, and they put it in the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
William's side piece is in the little, whatever the little ceremony he was doing in her court, in Camilla's court. And I'm like, the
Mm,
two side pieces out in public.
mm,
And Kate ain't even dead, I don't think. Maybe she is. Maybe that's why she's out in public because Kate is gone. But
mm-hmm.
they just got the two side pieces, side piece queen and the side piece
Shamelessly.
king to be
Yeah,
the
shamelessly.
head of the English church. The head
Yeah,
of the English church. Her and her co-adulterer. I'm
yeah.
sorry, go ahead. It's just a lot.
If there was anything to take away from this story about Kate's whereabouts and the resulting palace rebuttal, it is that there is obviously, and it is clear to even a blind man, that there is something they are hiding. But the thing is that we civilians cannot say what it is. I know some people say she was unalive, but if why don't they just announce it and be done with it? Like she's unalived, right? There is more risk in them continuing to claim that she's alive when she's not. Do you know how many people they will have to get rid of to keep that secret? And as the wife of the heir to the throne, she has some constitutional commitment to the country and the royal family. So I feel like that claim would be too risky. And that means that there are only three things that make sense in my mind. Number one, and can you guys vote for which of the things that I'm going to say makes the most sense in the chat? So choose the one which you think is the greatest explanation for what has happened, okay? To Kate. Number one, Kate had a mental breakdown, and the royal family didn't want the public to know and have kept her hidden and intend to keeping her hidden like their cousins, like these Queen Elizabeth II had two severely disabled secret cousins, Nerissa and Catherine, who were hidden from the public until 1987. The sisters were never visited by the royal family, and Nerissa died was buried without a headstone, and Catherine passed in 2014. Uh, that's one. Uh, uh, there is a troll in the chat. Who? What's the name? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Tell us who, Jerry H. Which one of them is it?
Okay.
Not you, Siri.
That's funny. That's funny. Come on. Okay.
Okay, so the
Who
second,
was number two?
and I've got the troll spray on, so that would be someone who has been lurking. And
Or
the
actually
second,
joined just so they can be a troll.
yeah. Anyway, the second option is Kate and William cooked up this story and the lies got out of hand. Now they're desperately looking for the right way to reintroduce Kate to the public eye after the whooping lies they have told. And the third option is that William physically abused Kate, which led to a serious injury for which she would have had to have plastic surgery. And she is now in healing. I'll come back to your question, Lady Rose. So, the question I think here is what do you guys think? Why do we think? Sussex Love says three. Lottie says, I think uh, Kate had a nervous breakdown and it was hard for her to come back. Three, most people are saying three. William physically abused her, which led to a serious injury for which she would have had to had plastic surgery, and she is healing. Hmm.
The above.
Lakiva, thank you so much to be back. Thank you all. Love you right back. Okay. Why do we then think the Middletons are silent? Do you think, like I do, that they promise to take care of the financial problems, but only if they cooperate first?
Maybe that's why
Personally,
we got all those stories about how they're pitiful and broken. Look at
yeah,
all the people they're cheating,
exactly.
and then now we shut up.
Exactly.
Wow.
Like, okay, they expose them to ridicule, and it's almost like if you want this embarrassment to go away, then do what I say. Because otherwise, that's one of the things about this whole debacle that has not made sense. If the king and William are billionaires truly, as they say, which is a whole different conversation because I can't understand why they're always broke, but they say that they're billionaires. And if we are to believe them, then how come?
the the question is who controls the money? Because there's a lot of money that they've stolen. So if it's not theirs, who controls it?
I think William now has a purse he didn't have before he became Prince of Wales with his duchy in Wales. I think he now has.
Yes, some come to have, but still, who is controlling that money? Because I'm not sure. I believe it's Charles and William.
Hmm.
What do you think?
I think William now has access to the
You think
money
so?
in Wales. He didn't have it before, but he has access to it now, which is why he was wiling when he initially came into the position, thinking that uh, he could use the money to
Wow.
influence things with Charles, only for Charles to give him a masterful chop on his wings and tell him, "You're still a
Mm,
boy. You're still a boy
mm.
compared to me." Because when he got there and he saw the amount of money in the account, he was like, "What? I'm a man now. All right, you do this, you do this, you do this." Only for his father to say, "I knew you were going to do that. And I've set traps for you to ensure that you can go this far and no further."
Yeah, I agree with Lady Rose and Gwenda and Cookies and about William.
Mm,
Mouth rage, but no strength.
but no strength, no sense either.
Yeah, no common sense.
Mm.
No common sense.
Okay, so guys, you agree with the DV. More people agreed with the DV option. So the question we come to is, in discussing all of this, a lot of you are 6 to 7,000 miles away from this island. But why are we still talking about them? And what does any of this have to do with Harry and Meghan? So, we're going to be discussing that in my next video, which will be with you in the next 10 to 15 minutes. But before I go off, I'm just going to look at a few comments in the comment section and then we're going to sign off and then come back with our second video of the day. All right, let's look at this. Teresa says, "Did you ever hear the interview with the reporter who said the late Queen had advised William to work hard on saving his marriage because she didn't want to see another divorce in the most probably royal family?" I hadn't seen that video, but I heard about it, the video clip. I heard about it. Queen Elizabeth believed he who controls images controls everything. Okay. And she must have been the one who taught them this foolishness that they're now acting out. Except that, they didn't have the woman's slay of touch. When women do things, we do things in a very sophisticated manner. People who are sensible know that if a woman wants to do something, she would do it and you wouldn't even know it's done. But when men want to do something, it's like they literally have to go to the top of the mountain and announce their intentions from the rooftop. Like, I am King Kong and I am going to kill you today. Why? What?
Wow.
Es- Especially the ones who are not emotionally intelligent. Middleton's got titles to stay quiet and they're probably getting money for their huge debt. Yes, agreed. William may have smacked, beaten, or pushed her and she got injured, but at the same time, I think he's trying to distance himself from her and get divorced. It's obvious he doesn't love or like Kate. Hmm.
He might be divorced already.
He might,
He might have
exactly.
divorced her right
And
when
they
she
just
went into
kept
the
it
coma.
quiet, right?
Or what? Yeah, because she hasn't been. You know what? They haven't been living together for a long time. So
Even before the December incident.
yeah, because like you said in one of your videos, he announced that he wasn't going to be doing a lot of tours of her. He's going to be going by himself to all these different things, and she's doing
Mm.
separate things. Remember when he announced that
Yep,
after they
yep.
came back from Boston, I think.
Mm-hmm. Dolores Sims says there's a reason why the election is being held on July 4th. Why? Why do you think so? While you are coming up with the response to that, let me look at John Garcia's comment. I don't know about Will Not. Remember, he knocked Harry to the ground, yet he wasn't crazy. Yet he wasn't that crazy after shaking a finger in Megan's face. Guys, oh, you, okay. Let me see. Right.
Yeah, he did change. Teresa. She said he changed his monogram back to the one he had. He was single back in
Mm,
February.
mm. Uh, Marianne Morris, I heard in another podcast that Harry had some inheritance for probably his mother or the late queen that he's supposed to receive on his 40th birthday. Supposedly, the royal family wants to disinherit him. Yeah, but if they want to disinherit him, they can't disinherit him from somebody else's inheritance. If somebody else in the royal family left him money,
They
they
took
can't he it's only Charles who can disinherit him from his, like, take him out of his own will. If the queen mother left him money, that money remains his. If the queen left him money, that money remains his.
well. How can he take away Harry's house that the Queen gave him?
I think that's a little bit of a gray area, but this one is like totally legal because a will would be legal.
Because it's oh the will the
Yeah,
paper. Yeah, okay, yeah. I see what you mean.
yeah.
Okay.
William isn't going to be the first Prince of Wales with no mistress, says Lady Rose. For sure, for sure, for sure. Only that he no
Isn't
longer
that what
has
his
the
father said to
looks
Diana? He wasn't
necessary
gonna be
to.
the only one that didn't cheat or something like that.
Right, right, right,
Wow.
right. Okay, guys. So meet me
Wow.
in the
You know,
second video. Thank you so much for being here on this one. See you in the next one. This is Wheezy signing out. I'm going to send you the link to the second one in a few seconds. Sussex done.
okay.
All right. See you soon. Bye.